Hello students, this video is for chapter 8 respiration in plants and animals, and this video is part 2 of chapter 8, and the first part of this video was already uploaded on my YouTube channel. You can check it. So here in this video, we will cover the topics respiration in humans, working of respiratory system and cellular respiration. These three are the remaining topics of this chapter. Here we will understand these topics. Okay. So let's start. So I will start with the next topic which we have to start, respiration in humans. And the previous topics of this chapter were already explained. Okay. So the various organs that function together in the human body for the exchange of gases constitute the human respiratory system. As you know, we are understanding the topic. Which topic? Respiration. Means what? Related to respiration. It means the respiration work, the respiration function is mainly done by a proper respiratory system. A respiratory system is there in the body. So what is a respiratory system? Means many different various organs which function together for the exchange of gases, means oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. So this, for the exchange of gases, many organs functioning together which makes human respiratory system. The organs of the human respiratory system include nasal cavity. So many organs in present in the respiratory system. This is our, you can see in this diagram, this is what human respiratory system. So many organs we will see in this topic, and we will understand nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, ribs, bronchioles, alveoli. All we will study these topics in this video. So we will start with the first organ of this system. First is nasal cavity. What is this? Nasal means it is related to nose. Air enters the body through nostrils in the nose. As you know, the nostrils, the holes are present in the nose. So air from where it enters into the body? Through the nostrils. The hair follicles present inside the nostrils trap dust. Now you see what in the nostrils, what small hairs are present in our nose. So that are called, that's hair follicles which is present inside the nostrils. What it does? It trap the dust particles which is present in the air and help filter the inhaled air. And what the air we are taking in through the nostrils hairs, it filtered and then it goes further. So the mucus in the nasal cavity moistens the air, and fine blood vessels in the nasal cavity warm up the air. Means what? Mucus, it is a liquid solid mixed paste which is present in the in our body, in our organ, and it, what it does, it moistens the air. Means what we air taking, it little bit moistens the air, and the blood vessels present in body, it it does in the nasal cavity, the blood vessels warm up the air, means making the warm up the air, and mucus moistens the air. So this is the function of nasal cavity. Okay, then second part is pharynx. Now what is the pharynx? It is a common passage that opens both into the esophagus, means food pipe, and the trachea, windpipe. As you please remember, the word esophagus means food pipe and the trachea means windpipe. Where is the pharynx? See in this diagram, here is the pharynx. This is the pharynx. It is a common passage, means from the nasal cavity, after the nasal cavity, the next part is pharynx, and it is the common because it is opening into the two, means it is divided, after that it will divide into two tubes. So that is why it is common tube which is called pharynx, and it will divide into two pipes, esophagus and trachea. Trachea means windpipe, esophagus means food pipe. Okay, so here it was pharynx. Now third organ is glottis and epiglottis. Okay, what is glottis and epiglottis? We will see here. Here the opening of the pharynx into the trachea is called glottis. What is the opening of pharynx? Here, this is the pharynx part. It will go down and it will open into the one part, that is trachea. Okay, trachea is a windpipe, है ना? As you know, windpipe and food pipe, there are the two pipes. So pharynx is going and going down, and it is what? It is opening into the new part, that is trachea, and it is called glottis. Means when it is opening into the trachea part, so this part is called glottis. The glottis is guarded by a flap-like structure called epiglottis, which prevents the entry of food into the trachea. Means where is the epiglottis? Here you see the blue part, you can see it is a cover on glottis, on trachea part. So that cover is what called epiglottis, and what it does, it prevents the entry of food into the trachea, because trachea is a windpipe and food pipe is separate part. So to prevent the entry of food, there is a flap like cover like structure which is called epiglottis, and it prevents the entry of food. The epiglottis closes when food is swallowed. Means when food is swallowed down, that automatically closed. Okay. Fourth part is larynx. What is larynx? The uppermost part of the trachea is the larynx. See, here is the larynx. This, the uppermost part of the trachea. Now you see this is the windpipe. So uppermost part of the windpipe is called larynx. Here it is the sound producing organ as I am speaking now. So what my sound is coming, my sound producing, who is producing this? My what sound producing organ? Larynx. My larynx in my body is producing my sound. So that is why it is called as sound producing organ, and is also known as the voice box. It is also what called voice box. In males, it tends to protrude and is known as Adam's apple. Means in male, it is little bit more extend compared to female, and that is why it is specially called as Adam's apple. Okay, then next part is trachea, means windpipe. What is the trachea and what its main functions? So trachea, it is a windpipe. We know windpipe it is, which allows air to pass into the lungs. Trachea, where is the trachea? This is the trachea. Means this trachea allows the air to pass into the lung. This is the lungs. So it will allow to pass the air into the lungs. The trachea is supported by a number of C-shaped cartilaginous rings. Means trachea is supported by a number of C-shaped cartilaginous rings. Where are the rings? You see this is the trachea part. It is having what? C-shaped cartilaginous rings. C-shaped. This blue ring type structure you can see. I hope you can see it clearly. So this rings are called C-shaped, as you can see here. Cartilaginous rings है ना, यहाँ पे rings है बेटा. Here blue rings are there. That is called cartilaginous rings. Okay. So this is supported by cartilaginous rings which prevent it from collapsing when there is no air inside. See, when what in our body, when there will be no air, so the body can collapse. So to prevent it, who is preventing is this rings. Okay, the inner lining of the trachea has mucus which traps very fine dust particles. As I have this right now, I have told you what is mucus. It is solid liquid mixed paste. It is mostly it is sticky type paste in the present in the nose, which is trapping the dust particles to go inside, है ना, to not allow to go inside. Who is preventing this? Mucus is preventing the dust particles. So this inner lining of the trachea, means in the trachea here mucus is present in the inner lining parts which is preventing to not to go the dust particles further. So the inner lining also has fine hair-like structures called cilia. As in the nostrils the hairs was there, so here also very small hairs-like structure is present in there, and it is called cilia. Okay, these hairs are called cilia, which help to push the dust trapped by the mucus back into the pharynx. If some dust after that also has entered into the trachea part, so the cilia pushing back the dust particles which was little bit allowed by the mucus. So it will be sending back the dust particle to the mucus to live outside. Okay, so that was the mucus part. So that was the trachea part. Okay, so here more we will discuss. Here you can see in this diagram also what that is what trachea. Here is the trachea. There was the voice box and all. So here we will study and we will discuss in detail. We will here diaphragm and lungs and all. Okay. So the next is what here Next is bronchi and bronchioles. What is bronchi and what is bronchioles and what its functions, that we will see here. So here you see trachea is the chest region, divides into two tubes called bronchi. In the singular form it is called bronchus. Okay, trachea what? Windpipe. It is dividing into two tubes which are what called bronchi, which enter into the lungs. जो कि बेटा which is connected to the lungs. As you see here, this trachea part is dividing into two tubes. Here small tubes you can see. There are the small tubes which is what called bronchi. Okay, and which is connected to the lungs. Okay, so here you can more clearly you can see this is trachea and it is divided into two tubes. Okay, there is a small tube which is what called bronchi. Okay, here you can see bronchioles, you know, more bronchs dividing into bronchioles. Let's see here. Each bronchus means each singular bronchi, after entering its respective lung, further divided into finer branches called bronchioles. Means the bronchus, singular bronchus part is again dividing into many branches. So these branches are called bronchioles. Okay, where is the bronchioles? See here. This bronchi, this is the bronchus, singular bronchus part which is dividing into, you can see here, root like this is looking like plants roots, you know. So these are what? Bronchioles, you know, dividing into many branches, which is what? Bronchioles. Here more you see, this is what? Here this is tubes are branches and are dividing into more part which are called bronchioles. Okay, so here each bronchus after entering its respective lung called bronchioles, which end in air sacs. Air sacs means air tubes, air space. Okay, so which is ending in the air space. The air sacs are made up of very small thin walled structures called alveoli. Means these air tubes are what called alveoli. You know, they are very thin walled and very thin in a wall. It is called alveoli. Means this alveoli is present in the bronchioles part only. Okay. So here the air sacs are made up of very small thin walled structure called alveoli. The alveoli which look like bunches of grapes, as I have shown you, which is looking like what? Bunches of grapes, are surrounded by a network of very fine blood capillaries. They help in the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. This alveoli help in the exchanging of oxygen and carbon dioxide, and it is looks like what? Bunches of grapes, है ना? But what this is the tube which is keeping the air in, okay, and helping in exchanging of oxygen and carbon dioxide. So that was the working of the bronchi and bronchioles. Okay, and it was connected by a network of very fine blood. As you can see, these branches. So these branches are what? Here they are what? Fine blood capillaries. Blood capillaries means carrying the blood through it. Okay, so here they help in the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. It help in the oxygen exchanging of gases also. Okay, the next part is lungs. Now what is this function of lungs? As you know very well, you know what are the lungs and what are its functions. So here you see in humans there are the two elastic balloon like structure, yeah, this lungs looks like what? Balloons, they are look like balloon, like what? There are two elastic balloon. Elastic balloon means again coming small, being small and large again and again. Elastic, located in the thoracic cavity inside the chest called lungs, and each lung has million of alveoli. Lungs. What lungs? They are divided into two elastic balloon-like structures located in the thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity means the chest area, the chest cavity. Inside the chest called lungs. Means in lungs in humans, two balloon-like structures are present in the chest and which are called as lungs. Okay. Each lung has million of alveoli, and each lung has what? Millions of alveoli. Alveoli is like what? Blood capillaries. Okay. Here you see, this is what? alveoli है ना. Here alveoli is present. It is what? It is present in the lungs. Okay, it in the present in the chest area, in the chest cavity, and present in the lungs. Okay, so the so it was the main of organs of the that respiratory system, but more parts are there. So here you see the supporting bones and muscles of the respiratory system that help in the efficient working of the respiratory system are. Means other than this, more special organs are there which helps in the human respiratory system. Means what? The supporting bones and muscles. Means here we will discuss about the rest parts of bones and muscles which help in the working of respiratory system. So next is rib cage. Now rib cage means, you know, cage, it is like a what? Cage is what is the working of rib cage? This is a bony chamber. Bony means made by bone, and it is like a chamber. Cage what? Like a chamber which cage means, you understand, like with chamber which used to keep somebody to inside and to lock it and outside. So what is this? So here rib cage is a bony chamber, means made by bone in our chest, which protects the soft lungs. Okay, which helping, this is the rib cage. You can see the bone cage ये है ना, like a what? Pinjra in Hindi, like a pinjra है ना, which help which is protecting, which is keeping what inside what? The soft muscles of the lungs. Okay, so in humans there are the two this is, here we are here, it is a bony chamber which protects the soft lungs, that is why rib cage is present. Then next is muscles of the rib cage. Now what is muscles of the rib cage? What it works? Muscles of the rib cage, these muscles help in the upward and downward movement of rib cage. Means during inhalation and exhalation, means during breathing time, the muscles of the rib cage moves upward and downward. So, and contraction and relaxation of lung, and it makes of the contraction means coming closer, and relaxation means going far of lungs, thereby facilitating movement of air in and out of the lungs. Means these muscles help in the movement of air in and out through the lungs. So these are the working of the rib cage, how they contract and how they relax. See, wait, here this is the rib cage, and during breathing in and breathing out, it contracts and it relaxes. Okay, this here you see, this is what? Rib cage. During inhalation time it contracts, and during exhalation time and during breathing out it relaxes. So how it contracts and how it relaxes and all this we will see further here. So this is the working of the muscles of the rib cage. Then next last is diaphragm. Now what is diaphragm? In mammals, the lungs rest on a strong dome shaped muscle called the diaphragm. Means in the lungs, here these are the lungs, and the downward part you can see there is a dome type shape, which, and this muscle is called diaphragm. Means the muscle part, here you see this is the left diaphragm and this is the right diaphragm. Means downward the bottom of the lungs there is a, these muscles are called diaphragm. Okay, so this diaphragm, this also facilitates the movement of air by expansion and contraction. This is also by movement of air, it also expands and contract during the movement of air, means during inhalation and exhalation. Okay, here also you see in this through diagram you can understand more. Here lungs also divide into two, left lung and right lung, and diaphragm also left diaphragm and right diaphragm. Okay, so here we have discussed what? Human respiratory system, but in this mode we will discuss and we will see working of the respiratory system. Means respiratory system, parts of the respiratory system, organs we have seen and we have studied, but in this how it is working, means it is working through breathing. We breathing and the human respiratory system is working during breathing. So what happening in the breathing, what inhalation, what exhalation, what movement of air, that we will see. So here first breathing. Observe the rhythmic up and down movement of the set of bones in your chest when you when you take deep breaths. Means when you can understand, you may have experienced this rhythmic up and down, means at the same timing up and down movement is going on in the bones in the chest when you take deep breaths, है ना. These are the bones of the rib cage which help in the movement of air in and out of the lungs. Means for the movement of air in and out of the lungs, who is helping in this? The bones, means the rib cage of our lungs helping in movement of the air in and out. Rib cage muscles and the diaphragm work together to bring out the following effects. Means here you see the rib cage muscles, means the rib cage, all the bones of this rib cage, and the diaphragm the downward part of the lungs, है ना, the downward muscles of the lungs. So they both work together in the movement of air. So here in the breathing, inhalation is there. What is inhalation? Means inspiration. Inspiration means what? Taking oxygen in, means taking air in. So during inhalation, the rib cage moves upward. When we take breath in, you can practice, you can experience also when we inhaling, when we taking oxygen in. So the rib cage moves upward and outward, and the diaphragm contracts. Means when the inhalation, during inhalation times, what? The rib cage is moving upward and outward, है ना, and the diaphragm is what? The muscles of the diaphragm get contracts. Okay, so contracts and moves downwards, and the diaphragm part goes downward. More space is created inside the chest cavity. Why? To make more space for to fill the air in the chest cavity. Lungs expand and we inhale oxygen rich air, and the lungs what? And during this time when we take oxygen in, the lungs expand and we inhale oxygen rich air. Okay, so here you can see in inhalation time what shape of the rib cage and diaphragm, and it all have get it. Okay, you can see through this more clear. Breathing in, so what happening? Chest is expanding, means lungs expanding. Ribs also get expand, means moving outward and upward, and diaphragm part is going inside, means contracts. Okay, so just opposite of breathing out, है ना, exhalation. So what will happen? Chest will contract. When we leave oxygen out, है ना, sorry, when we leave carbon dioxide out, when we do breathing out, you can experience that the body is going inside. Means our chest part is going contracts, lungs also getting contract, but diaphragm, but the downward part is what? Relax, है ना, means it is expanding. So this things happens in inhalation and exhalation. Exhalation means expiration. Okay, during exhalation, the rib cage moves downward and inward, and the diaphragm relaxes, as I have explained, and moves upward. Space in the chest cavity reduces. Means during the exhalation, the diaphragm part moves upward, so that all the space in the chest cavity can reduce, and it pushes out the carbon dioxide to leave through the lungs. Okay, so here this was breathing in and breathing out part of the through respiration. Okay, here respiration is controlled by brain's respiratory center. That respiration process, who is controlling? Our brain's respiratory system, means our brain. The respiratory system, the center, regulates the rhythmic alternating cycles of inspiration and expiration. Means in the proper timing and rhythmic and alternate cycles, mean breathing in then breathing out, it is alternating cycles. So who is controlling? Our brain's respiratory center. Okay, here in the yellow box something has given, that is what? Breathing rate. Now what is breathing rate? The number of breaths per minute, means in 1 minute how many times you are breathing. So this is called breathing rate. Means the rate, the speed, the number of times you are breathing in 1 minute is called breathing rate. वन ब्रीथ इंक्लूड्स वन इनहेलेशन एंड वन एक्सहेलेशन. ऐसा नहीं है बेटा कि यू आर टेकिंग ऑक्सीजन इन एंड देन लिविंग कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड आउट. इट इज टू टाइम. नो, इट इज ओनली वन ब्रीथ in means including inhalation and exhalation. Breathing rate for an adult in resting position is 15 to 18 times. Means in 1 minute in an adult body, it 15 to 18 times breathe happens in 1 minute. Okay, so that was all about respiratory system. Now the next topic and the last topic is cellular respiration. Now what is cellular respiration? Cellular means something about cells. We will discuss in this, and we will study about the respiration of cells, how respiration occurs in cells. So here site of cellular respiration means area of cellular respiration. As our area of cellular respiration is what? Nose and or lungs and all this human respiratory system. So in the cells also some special process is there. Cellular respiration occurs in all living cells. Means all the living cells which is present in our body and in others animals body and insects. So and in other cells also what? Respiration is process happening, and in all living cells in their mitochondria, their area, है ना, it is what? Mitochondria. A mitochondrion is a sac like structure in a cell. Means it is a, you can see here, it is a cell, living cell, and in this living cell there, this is what? A mitochondrion, and here mitochondrion is a sac like structure. Means it is a area where what happening? Respiration process happening. It is called the powerhouse of the cell. Means it is called powerhouse. Powerhouse why? Because due to the respiration process it provides energy, it provides power. That is why it is called powerhouse of the cell, because it is the site of respiration and release of energy. Because it is the area of the respiration where what? Releasing of energy is being done. Okay, so that was the cellular respiration. But there are the there are the types of respiration. During cellular respiration, glucose is broken down, and in the respiration process, what is here forming? Glucose, and it is broken down chemically to release energy. Means in these cells, the glucose is which is prepared for making food in the body. So these cells, what happening? Broken down due to chemically, and they release energy in the respiration process depending on the presence and absence of oxygen. Means it depends on the presence and absence of oxygen. So cellular respiration may be, means depending on the present and absence of oxygen. There are the two types of respiration. First is aerobic respiration. Aerobic. Aero means air means oxygen, है ना, related to oxygen. When cellular respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen, it is called aerobic respiration. Means in the cellular respiration, when in the presence of oxygen, if it occurs, the respiration process occurs, it called aerobic respiration. The end products formed during aerobic respiration are water, carbon dioxide and energy. Means in the living cells, in the presence of oxygen, if respiration process is occurring, so what in the form of product, what will form after the respiration process? Water, carbon dioxide and energy. Means in the body water can get, carbon dioxide more can come through this, and energy will also release. It can be summarized in the following chemical equation. Through the chemical equation we can understand here, glucose plus oxygen. Means when the respiration process occurring here in the presence of oxygen. So when in the presence of oxygen, glucose, what will happen? Glucose will broken down in the presence of oxygen. Means in the presence of oxygen and glucose, it will broken down into carbon dioxide, water and energy. Means what it will give? Carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Okay, then the next type is anaerobic respiration. What is anaerobic respiration? What it does? See, anaerobic respiration means here we have discussed and we have seen what in the presence of oxygen. But anaerobic means in the absence of oxygen. What it is? When respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. Means in the absence of oxygen, when the respiration process takes place, it is called anaerobic respiration. This is called anaerobic respiration. During anaerobic respiration, lesser energy is released as compared to aerobic respiration. Means in this process, in the anaerobic respiration, lesser energy is produced compared to aerobic respiration, because in the presence of oxygen more energy is released and different end products are formed. Means in this process different products are formed. Okay, so here in lower organisms like yeast, in the absence of oxygen, glucose break down into ethyl alcohol. Means in lower organisms like what, like yeast and all, like bacteria and all, so they are what, in the absence of oxygen their respiration process takes place. So what they produce in the form of the product in this process, ethyl alcohol, carbon dioxide and a little energy. This process is called fermentation. Means in the fermentation time these products form during the respiration. Fermentation is a form of respiration. So what when the glucose in the absence of oxygen, when the chemical equation takes place, so this glucose broken down into ethyl alcohol, carbon dioxide and less energy. Okay, it happens in the absence of oxygen. So during strenuous exercise means a very hard exercise, very strong exercise when you do, like long distance running, our body is not able to get enough oxygen. When you do very much an exercise and all, so in this time you get less oxygen, you don't get enough oxygen during running and exercise. So in this time, hence anaerobic respiration takes place in our muscle cells. In our muscle cells are present, so these cells also what, respire. So they respire through which process? Anaerobic respiration. Means in our body both type of respiration process occurs, like organs does aerobic respiration and the cells does anaerobic respiration, but during the exercise time when the cells not get enough oxygen, resulting in the production of lactic acid. And in during that time, what in our body, what production of what it produce lactic acid. At what time? In anaerobic respiration. This is due to the partial breakdown of glucose in the body. In this also what, breaking down of glucose, the accumulation of lactic acid causes muscular cramps, and because of the lactic acid, muscular cramps, muscular pain happens, and because of this we get relief from these cramps by taking hot water massage or bath. Means to get relief through these cramps we can do what, we can take hot water massage or we can bath by hot water, so it can give relief. This improves the blood circulation in the body. Means hot water what improves, it makes the blood circulation in the body and leading to increased supply of oxygen. Because of the blood circulation it will give more oxygen to the muscles and it will get relief. On getting sufficient oxygen, the complete breakdown of lactic acid into the carbon dioxide and water. Means during the circulation of blood, or because of the increased supplying of oxygen, lactic acid will break down into the carbon dioxide and water and you will get relief from cramp. Means this lactic acid which were accumulating due to the anaerobic respiration, because of the enough oxygen, it will divide, it will break down into carbon dioxide and water and it will give relief from the what, from the from the cramps. As you can see, the lactic acid equation is, in during hot water or massage or bath, it gives carbon dioxide plus water. So this was the anaerobic respiration. Now circulation of gases in the human body. How the gases of circulation happens in the human body. Oxygen reaches the lungs through inhaled air. As you know, oxygen through what reaches the air? Through reaches the lungs through inhaled air and is carried by the blood to all the parts of the body, and blood is carrying all the oxygen and passing to all the parts of the body. When blood carrying carbon dioxide reaches the lungs, exchange of gases takes place. Means when blood is taking the carbon dioxide from the lungs, so exchange of gases takes place, because blood is giving oxygen to all the parts and taking the carbon dioxide from the lungs and leaving outside through the nostrils and nose. Blood take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide produced by the cells as waste. So oxygen is giving by the blood, but in the form of waste, what is producing? Carbon dioxide through the cells is producing, and it is passing through the lungs and what, through the and then oxygen exchange of gases takes place. the oxygenated blood is circulated in the rest of the body, and the oxygenated blood means the blood which is present in the in which oxygen is present. So it will circulate all over the parts of the body, and the carbon dioxide in the lungs gets expelled out, and the waste is stored in the lungs in the form of carbon dioxide and is expelled out, means it is thrown out through the lungs and through the nose via the bronchi and trachea, means the bronchi and trachea taking back the carbon dioxide and through the nose or mouth leaving out. So this is how the circulation of gases occurs in the human body. Okay, so this is a chapter here completed. I hope things are clear to you. Okay, thank you children.